Lefty Gunplay is the legendary rapper now? Lefty Gunplay is spitting $25,000, $30,000 bars? What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. All right, everybody. So I think we all heard 4 days ago, Lefty Gunplay was on Bootleg Kev, right? I just watched the interview today because I know a lot of people. I went live the other day and a lot of people were talking about how Lefty Gunplay was saying that he was on, supposedly, look at, I'm going to say this. Supposedly he said that he was on Scante, that he was on meth, and he was up for 20 days on drugs, right? And so I went to the Bootleg Kev video and I wanted to hear it from myself. I wanted to see it for myself. I wanted to look at Lefty Gunplay. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I watched the first like 15 minutes. Then I skipped around. I didn't find it. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't. What I saw on the Lefty Gunplay interview with Bootleg Kev is someone who looked sober to me. Was saying some good stuff. I honestly feel like a lot of people tune in to Lefty Gunplay to see him crash, to see him fail. And I know at this point, I assume he knows that, and he takes pride in doing these interviews and being himself and laughing his way to the bank. Lefty ain't perfect. Nobody is. But let me tell you something that he talked about. To me, that was important. Now, in the beginning of the video, when I was clowning and I said Lefty spitting legendary bars and, you know, $25,000 bars, $30,000 bars. These are things he said. Now, we can laugh about that if we want to. But who's really laughing? See, he said he's spitting those bars. He's getting paid that much for, I guess, a feature, 16, whatever it is. And people can hate all they want, be jealous all they want. But you know what else he said? He said that people have told him that he has the ability, he has the possibility to open the door for the raza so everybody can come along. I've said that a bunch of times. I've also said, I get it, man. I get it. Lefty's from Southern California and he wants to kick the doors in for the homies and, you know, but if the raza are going to be able to make moves, it should be all the raza. Every flavor should be involved. You know why? I'm going to give you some advice. I'm going to give you an example. Not advice. I'm going to give you an example, Lefty. Imagine you blow up, but you bring with you some of these cats from Northern California. And you guys get into friendly battles on record, right? Imagine that you get in a friendly battle and it boosts your sales and it boosts his sales or their sales. It gets more people to go to your venues. It gets more people to go to their venues. It creates a bigger bag, right? So he's understanding that he has an opportunity to bring the raza along, right? Because he does have momentum, whether you love him or hate him, whether you love or hate his music, his rapping, whatever, he's still got momentum. I'm going to tell you right now, out of any rapper, black, Mexican, raza, whatever you want to call it, out of any rapper whose names I put in the title, Lefty Gunplay always gets views. Anytime he's on my thumbnails, anytime he's in my titles, he gets views for me. None of these other rappers do. Facts. These are facts. Now, he said that because he understands that he can help the raza, that he's giving features to raza, not charging them the 25 racks, the 30 racks. And you know what? He has some beautiful words for Jenny 69. Jenny 69 recently was caught up in some stuff. She's a woman. People are trying to hold that woman, Jenny 69, to prison politics. And those politics they're trying to push ain't even being pushed in prison no more. There's a cease to hostilities. And people were mad at her for some stuff that she's not even a part of and never has been a part of. Never even in her music has she been a part of. And so it was good to see Lefty Gunplay give her some flowers, man, and let her know that in his eyes she's beautiful and she's talented and all these other things. That was a good thing. Something else that he said that was very, very important, man. Very important. He said that his management has taken over his IG and that he closed down his backup. His backup was run by him. Imagine, look at, he ain't perfect. It looks like he's sobering up a little bit, but hey, he's gonna go on a bender. He's gonna have some drinks. He's gonna, get his party on. Imagine he gets his party on and some chicks get at him through IG while he's faded. They come through. It could be a setup in various ways, very detrimental in various ways. So the fact that he now understood, hey, I got to shut that down and I got to let my management team run it and I got to do this professionally because I am getting bigger. My momentum is growing. And I salute that. I know a lot of people wanted me and, want a lot of us content creators to talk about just the negative side of Lefty and how it's having a bad impact. I will say this because I didn't hear Lefty say that he was up for 20 days, right? I will say this, and I don't want to make this a long video. I've seen Lefty Gunplay interacting with his fans, his followers. When it comes to women, he's going to be a certain way because the women are being a certain way. I don't care about that. What I care about is the interactions that I've seen him have with his young fans, kids. It's important. I don't know if everybody pays attention to it. It's one thing to meet a kid and be like, hey, how you doing? This and this and that. It's another thing to lower yourself. What I mean by that is squat down, get eye level with the kid. Not be in a dominant posture. Get on their level and engage them. And I've seen Lefty do that. And that actually is important. That's very respectful. And I've seen him react with these kids. Show them love. And the only thing I can say is look, I don't know if you still watch my stuff. You said you used to always watch my stuff. Somebody on your management probably will. And my advice is this. Whenever they ask you about drugs, because you have so many kids looking up to you and watching you, maybe you should say, hey, I got a lot of fans that are youngsters, man. I don't really want to go there with that, I want these kids to have a good role model. I ain't perfect, but I want to present my best side to these kids, man. I'll talk about that in my music. Something like that, But I want to say congratulations to Lefty. And there's going to be people, this dude's always on Lefty, this and that. Hey, Holmes, I give credit where credit's due. I give flowers where flowers are due. This dude ain't perfect. He ain't the best rapper by far. He says he's in his pocket. Well, then he's in his pocket, meaning in the rap game. He found his pocket. Well, then let him enjoy himself. He says he's getting better. Let him get better. More importantly, let him shine. Any raza that's hating on him, when he has opportunity to bust the doors open and let you in, it don't make sense to me. I think if more raza got behind him, it would give him even more momentum. More raza start buying his stuff, it opens more doors. He said that RL and was it 4 Extra, that those are friends of his? Was it X4 or 4 Extra? I don't remember which one. But that's big, man. You know, a lot of people from outside of Southern California like to talk about how the Mexicans in Southern California can't get along with blacks and this and that. And he's showing otherwise. He's making music with blacks. He's making friends with blacks. This is something that goes on all the time in Southern California, but it doesn't get enough coverage, doesn't get enough shine. Because people are more comfortable in hate than love, more comfortable in misery than in growth. That's my video for today, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.